Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing another weird Barbie video on Superstar Barbie. And as a fun announcement, let me just say that this whole week is going to be Superstar Barbie week, where every single upload I will be uploading a video that is based on Superstar Barbie. At the end of the week, I will be having a big video, a Barbie makeover series, where I do a tribute doll to Superstar Barbie. I do hope that you enjoy these videos. If you do, please leave a like and a comment, and just do it for algorithm. I don't care what you say, but I would like to see it. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let's get on with the video. Today we are going to do another weird Barbie. We are going to work on the superstar herself, Superstar Barbie!
Really? That I'd like to see.
Yes. Oh, it is time. It is so time. She has been in my little waiting bin for quite some time now. She does have a really gnarly haircut, but that's okay. I think we can get her looking gorgeous in just a few hours. Her face paint is really nice still, so there's that. However, I don't know if you can see that, but these dolls were stenciled, and it looks like the eyeliner for this one got a little bit crazy, but that's okay. I'm all about different personalities and such, and it just gives her a different personality. I think when she's all nice and done, she's going to look brand new and minty fresh. So what we're going to do in this video is we are going to wash her. We're going to take out her hair plugs, whatever she has left, and we are also going to add some new hair into this Superstar Barbie. Now, Superstar Barbie did have two-toned hair. She had a light golden blonde and then a platinum mixed in. So I'm going to try to do the same thing to this doll. I do have some other versions of Superstar Barbie where it looks like it is all just one color, which could be the case, or it could be the hair has just oxidized into the color that it is right now. But I will reference back to my other Superstar Barbies, so that way I can get the hair color just right and the highlights just right as well. Let's get started by giving her a little bit of a bath. If you have never been on this channel before, maybe you don't know how to wash your doll. It almost seems like every single video I upload, I tell you the same information. But that sometimes is because I don't always have the same viewers. However, if you are interested in how to clean your dolls, specifically Barbie, I have a video on how to do that in my doll tutorials and restorations playlist. That playlist is crucial for any of my restorations. I uploaded very specific segments, so that way it will help you with your restoration needs. So to all my new viewers, hey, hello, welcome, hope you stick around. And to everybody who's been here a while, welcome back. I'm so happy that you're back. Leave a heart in the comments if you've been here a while. The thing we gotta do first is move her head. There we go. Her head is really squishy and very soapy, so it came off with no problem. But Superstar Barbies are known for having brittle necks. So if you're going to do this at home, please heat up your doll's head first before trying to take it off her body. Then I'm gonna go inside with the flathead screwdriver and get out all of these plugs. I would be completely lost without this flathead screwdriver. And I can tell you something, this flathead screwdriver is probably older than I am. I'm not sure how it came into my life, but I'm so happy to have found it in that junk drawer about like 2012. If the doll's thatching is intact, you might want to take some scissors to it and chop it up. That way it's easier to get the plugs out. If not, you will be kind of struggling. Also, treat it very gentle-like around the thatching areas. It's going to be the most tender of all the hair plugs, so you do want to show it some grace. If not, you might come up with some vinyl ripping. And if that does happen, it's no big deal. All you have to do is just glue it back together. But this doll, fortunately, her thatching was already taken out, which is something so common that I find in these used Superstar era Barbies. Their thatching has always come out, and I always have to put it back in, but it's great practice. And I remember I used to not be able to do it. So always be proud whenever you reach those accomplishments where you can finally do something to make your dolls look just a little bit better. You want to make sure to get all of the old hair out of your doll's head. It's usually going to be the dirtiest. so just be cautious. But you don't want to leave that in there whenever you plug in all the new hair. It adds unnecessary bulk. And when you get the hair all out, you're ready to start rerooting. If you are curious on how to reroot, I do have a separate video on that. It's in the doll restoration tutorials playlist, the same one that also has some other restoration videos that you can check out. All of those videos are made specifically for you and designed to help you in your restoration process. Also, the bottom left corner, you can see my dog over there. She's ready for Halloween, but she's also ready to knock over this tripod. I'm holding my favorite toy, and she's also holding her favorite toy. When I'm not busy, she couldn't care less, but when I'm busy, she's like, bitch, let's play. My fur babies and I live over by Disney, which is great for me. Some might even say convenient, but for her, it kind of sucks. You see, she hates fireworks. She's actually very afraid of them. So when it hits nighttime, she gets a little bit stressed. But through Hurricane Milton, I was the one a little stressed, and there was nothing like her warm little cuddles to help me through the night. Also, this was multitasking at its finest. I was separating hair, making it two-toned with two different types of color, rerooting it back into the head, and also playing fetch and recording it all. I'm just doing the most with my big brain. And this is just how I usually set up my little hair strands. I put them all on my leg, and I only do about as long as my leg is. It used to work out great whenever I had a boyfriend, because then I would put him to work. So while I was rooting, he could be doing that. And it worked out perfect for me. Girls, guys, and gays, you gotta put him to work whenever you got him, because you can't have him forever.
I'm so glad we had that talk.
Eventually, someone else is gonna come around, and they won't put him to work. And it's gonna seem like a great idea for him until it's not. And then he may try to come back. But now you're too busy with your YouTube channel, so you won't pay attention. And that, my friends, is growth. So when I say that Superstar Barbie has two-toned hair, she really does. If you look at this example, which this is my childhood Superstar Barbie, if we look at her up close, at the top you can see the different colors that are actually in her hair. So this doll's hair probably has oxidized as well as many others. Just a little bit, probably not a lot. But you can see where the lighter hair is and where the darker golden blonde hair is. And it's very much like highlights. So that's exactly what we're going to go for in this example as well. Here we have another Superstar Barbie, and you can see her highlights just a little bit better. They're more on the front ends, framing her face, than what they are in the back. But you can see like her hair's really not oxidized that much. Check that out. You can even see how bright it is, like on that side. Do you see? Super beautiful. So instead of doing the thatching all in one color, I decided to go ahead and make different little highlight sections. On one side of the leg, I have darker hair, and on the other side of the leg, I have a lighter hair. So what I'm doing right here is I'm doing some blending. So I'm almost going to start to make some really chunky looking highlights, but when it's rooted all together, it's going to look very cohesive, just like the original Superstar Barbie doll. Now again, nobody really taught me this. This is just something that I thought of, and it actually worked in the end. So if you do have your own way of doing it, it doesn't mean that it's the wrong way or that my way is the right way. As long as the outcome is the same, I think different ways of doing things is actually really good, because what works for me and what makes sense to me might not work or make sense to you, and vice versa. And as long as we're having fun doing what we love to do and we're genuinely enjoying the work that we're doing, to me, that's all that matters. When people ask me what I do for fun, I usually tell them I sew, I draw, I paint, I sketch, I design, I restore vintage Barbies, because it's genuinely something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy doing these types of projects because I feel like in a way I'm helping preserve some sort of history. Because let's face it, to most collectors this would have been a throwaway doll. And the whole goal of this is to make a throwaway doll look almost brand new, to breathe life into something that still has a story to tell. Here I'm beginning to thatch this doll's hair. Again, if you're thinking about learning about thatching, I already have a video out on that as well, which you can find in my doll restorations tutorials playlist. You might as well take a shot every time I say that in this video. Thatching is almost like doing like a cross stitch, or think of it like a braid. You just have to find the pattern that you feel comfortable with making and then just keep at it. Put on something really cute to watch. Recently I've been watching Bewitched, so I'll be watching that. Get it? Bewitched? Be watching?
This This is all Jan's fault.
After watching this, you're gonna think that I should be working at Jimmy John's because I'm just so freaky fast. Wow, everything makes me think of him. Thatching, mind you, looks pretty simple, and for the most part it is, but you almost have to find a pattern that works well for you and like how you move. For instance, always start off to the right and then do the left, right, left, right, left, right, left, overlapping each other. To me, that looks so clean, and it's so satisfying whenever you finally get it in.
That's what she said. Ha!
There's nothing like a pretty thatch. Have any of you tried the restoration tips and tricks I've shown you on this channel so far? If you have, let me know down in the comments which ones were the most helpful to you. I love hearing some really good success stories. And this is the whole reason I made this channel, was to share my restoration tips and tricks. Because there's so many of us that have the potential to do it as long as we knew what we were doing. And there's a lot of doll artists out there who kind of gatekeep these little secrets, which to me is a big no-no. We should all feel good about cleaning up the things that we collect. And we all should feel comfortable cleaning up the things that we have without the fear of destroying it. At the end of the day, no matter how expensive a Barbie doll is, whether she be vintage or modern, she was made with a child in mind, which is why they made them pretty durable. So as long as you're not outwardly abusing the doll, she should turn out fine. Our thatching and reroot is now done. What do you all think? I don't know about you, but I love it. To set the thatch in place, I always do boil wash right before I even style it. That way I know that thatch is going nowhere. Also, having an electric kettle, it's a game changer. With her first boil wash being done, I think now it's time to actually style the hair. So for the most part at this stage, you could have said, ooh, I'm done. Because superstars do look good with either straight or curly hair, but I personally love to give them a bit of a wave. I'm going to separate the hair into two sections. I'm going to have the top part of my hair and the bottom part of my hair. With the top part of my hair, I'm going to curl up, and with the bottom part of my hair, I'm going to curl under. When curling your doll's hair, you might want to make it easier on yourself and actually use a perm paper. You can make them out of tissue paper, you can make them out of a paper towel, and that just helps you give it a more professional and seamless look, because nothing's worse than a body wave with straight ends. It also helps save on having kinky ends. I personally use 2-ply paper towel. I separate the ply in half, so I have 2 pieces of paper towel that are now 1 ply, and then I cut them in 2 little squares. And because they're paper towels, it makes them more durable so that they are reusable. I can get maybe 3 perms out of 1 paper towel. I used to use tissue paper, but they were not as reusable as the paper towels. Also, give yourself a lot of grace whenever you are doing a little perm, because sometimes it may not work out the way that you thought, but with practice makes perfect, so give yourself a little bit of grace. In the description, I will leave a link where you can buy curlers just like these. They're not the same curlers, as these curlers are very old and from Walmart, who unfortunately no longer carries these curlers. And it looks like Amazon even sells them with a rat tail comb, which is incredibly handy, so you're welcome. If you would like to learn more about how to curl your doll's hair and what hair texture your doll has, please go on my doll restoration tutorials playlist and you will find 2 videos dedicated to curling doll hair. After I curl this doll's hair, I'm going to send her back into the bathroom for another boil wash, and that's just going to set the curls into place. At that point, you can use some diluted hair gel and pour it on top of the curls. It makes a really good perm solution. I've also pinned the hair back with clips. That way the hair doesn't shift. And she's ready for a boil wash. So her hair is completely dry. So we will go ahead and take it out of the curlers. Boop. Again, like these papers are completely reusable too, so really helps your dolls and everything. There we go. Okay, so let's get this hair styled, and then I can tell you all how I put in the neck strings. Okay, so we could start off just by brushing it out. Need I remind you that whenever I reroot, I never use glue to set the hair into place. I never like to put glue inside of a doll's head. You really don't know how it's going to react over time. But I am brushing with a fine-tooth comb and no hair plugs are coming out. So again, it's a testament. You do not need glue if you do the rerooting my way. And I mean, at the end of the day, you do you, it's your doll. But don't let anybody tell you that you have to get glue and then put glue inside your doll's head and wait for it to dry. It's just ridiculous. It's just something else to buy. And we like to save money in this house. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put in the next string. So this doll, you can tell whenever the doll is either a superstar doll or it is a roller skating doll. A lot of people like to tell based on the eyeshadow, but that's a little bit difficult because, I mean, even to me, like the eyeshadow just looks the same either way you look at it. But this doll is a superstar Barbie because she did have the little threads in the back, which were not in the roller skating doll. So I am going to try my best to put them through the holes that were already there. So I'm going to take my thread and cut it and loop it through my needle. Like so. So usually the threads were like up here. So let me see where this one was. Right up here. Okay. And so it will poke out like right over here. If you don't have a lot of hand strength or you're afraid of needles, just go ahead and just pluck it out like that. Okay, now you should be done with your needle. You can pull it through like this. There we go. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make sure that this is all brushed out the way that I want it. So this side. Okay. So we've got it all nice and brushed out. I'm going to take the thread and make it into a knot. Now this is different from how they used to do it in the factory. So how they used to do it in the factory was they would actually have the needle and then sew it back in and then poke it back out and then make a knot in the back. And this was not like a stylistic choice for them. This was a packaging type of decision based on their part. And when you are done with making the knot, so you don't have to use a thread. You don't have to do it like that either. You can just use a rubber band and tie off the hair in the back with a rubber band if you don't want to do it this way. But I'm going to train the hair. Go up like so. There we go. There's one. Okay, we're going to go to this side now. Train the hair. Okay. And there we go. Okay. Now she's ready for me to put back in her earrings, and then she's ready to become a superstar. Okay, now that we have her hair done, it is time to make her a legitimate superstar. But before we do, let's take a look at Superstar Barbie's outfit. It is this long satin gown, in the back. There are many different variations of the color. You can get this more fluorescent pink right here or a salmon pink, but they do tend to fade over time. So she would have been in a very nice, vibrant looking gown. There are variations of this gown. Some straps are made of nylon tricot, some are made of satin like this. But most times if you find your superstar Barbie, she will almost be like glued into this. And it's not that she was actually glued, it's just a chemical reaction between the plastic of the satin and the plastic of the doll's torso. So depending on where you store her, whether it be like somewhere that's very heated, like Florida, you will find them with a bunch of marks on their bodies where it's almost like a outline of this fashion. She also came with a boa. Now, I have seen some variations of boas too. I have one that is a darker pink. I have one that is this pink. And a good way to tell if one of these dresses, by the way, is a reproduction, if you look on the inside of the gown, there will be no indicators that this goes to Barbie or anything. At this time, Mattel did not have little fashion logos in their outfits. They kind of stopped doing that in the early 70s. So it could be why some of the outfits are so rare is because they're not labeled. But anyway, that's her dress. And like I said, there are variations of this boa. This boa is very iconic. It is 2 strips of material that are just gathered together in the center. So it's very, very nice and lovely. The 50th anniversary one, that one is the closest reproduction to the boa at least, but it is way too long and it's not as thick as this one. So you can tell some things apart. She does have these strappy shoes. These are what they call a T-strap shoe. I just call them superstar heels because they are very much of her era. It debuted with her, so to speak. And then of course, what's a superstar without her iconic jewelry? She does have jewelry. The stall was the first Barbie to actually come with like the fake jewels and all of that, and you could make them removable. So it kind of harkened back to the early 60s where they also came with earrings and bracelets and necklaces and all of that you could interchange to go with each outfit. So it's a very special time for Mattel, and it was a complete debut of a new doll for a new era. So let's get on this dress onto this doll and make her a superstar. And here Barbie is all done. Doesn't she look fabulous? She looks so incredibly different from how she originally looked. Now she's back to being glamorous. I think you would be hard pressed to know that this doll right here actually just didn't look like this. She's absolutely stunning. What a transformation. Oh, she's so gorgeous and so glamorous.
Happy for you, Jan. Really, Marcia? No.
I'm very proud of myself with this restoration. What do you all think? Let me know down in the comments. And what dolls currently are you working on at the moment? I would really love to know. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and thank you all to everybody who is new here, everybody who is old here. I really appreciate you all joining the club that we have going on over here. And welcome to Barbie Superstar Week, where this week we will be doing exclusively only Superstar Barbie content. And I wanted to do it just to celebrate the beautiful doll that is right in front of us. At the end of the week, I will have another big video for you with a new installment into the Barbie Makeover series. So please stick around for some more exciting Superstar Barbie content. Thank you all so much for being here, and I hope you have a super rest of your day. Bye-bye.
You to meet new Superstar Barbie doll. With long streaked hair, even jewelry you can put on or take off. And now when you buy new Superstar Barbie, you get this necklace free while supplies last. Or when you buy any Superstar Barbie fashion, you get a free bracelet while supplies last. They're so beautiful. Superstar Barbie doll comes with necklace, earrings, rings, shoes, and gown from Mattel.